Hello and welcome to my channel, and if you have already been to my channel, then welcome back. My name is Kalina and I'm an expert in public relations and mass communications. And today's topic is what works for others may not work for you, and vice versa. What works for you may not actually work for others. Why? Because the thing that works for you best is your authentic self and your true essence. In my work, I teach authenticity, but this is not just fluff or some kind of ideological thinking. This is actually the truth. This is in the core of what will truly work for you, because you as a person are created certain way for a reason, and we are all different, and the reason why we're all different is on purpose. We are supposed to be all different. This is how the nature meant it, because there are different people with different characters, different temperaments, different skill sets, different talents, and when all of this comes together, we're going to be pretty much unstoppable. And this is why I want to tell you that whatever works for others may not work for you, because there's no one template, there is no one thing that works and that's just the only way. That doesn't exist. We have been told this because there were different systems that were created in which there's one specific thing that works, and there's one specific quality or a set of skills, like a skill set that was valued, or there was one particular personality that was the correct way to be and everything else is wrong. But the thing for those structures, regardless of if it is a society, a corporation, or anything else, that doesn't work. That doesn't work for a long time. And there is a moment that usually such a structure crushes, unless if it starts changing from the inside. Because people cannot simulate something for a long time. People cannot pretend to be something that they're not without psychologically crushing. And this is why you shouldn't try to copy or pretend you're somebody else. You have your own qualities, you have your own strengths, you have your own things that, if you truly accept them about yourself, they can be your power. And regardless of if you are quiet and introverted, or loud and extroverted and outgoing, regardless of if you are a little artistic, you keep this kind of artistic mess around you, or you are super overly structured, regardless of if you are talking with kindness. Of course, you have to always be kind, but I'm talking about being that extra kind person, or you have this little note of sarcasm, you have this edge and people can feel it. Regardless of either of those, whoever you are, there is something that works in particular for you. And the reason why it works for you is because this is your true essence. And if you try to do something else, if you see over there for this one person, that works for them, let's do that. Well, it's not going to work for you because it doesn't come naturally. So the nature and the universe creates you the way that you are, and it knows your job maybe even better than you. So what you can do in this situation is trust it. Find out this one quality that you may actually think it's a negative, but it can be your superpower. It can be exactly the thing that is going to make you money, attract you towards the right people, keep you within the right environment, bring you to the right jobs for you. Because when you are authentic and natural, you are showing your actual true qualities, and you ultimately end up doing what you're supposed to do. And that's where you develop yourself. The more you do it, the more you develop your qualities and your skill set, and you're becoming better. So in this way you actually live your authentic life. And that's exactly the thing that will work for you. For one person it could be being quiet, for another person it could be being loud, for one person it could be being colorful, for another person it could be being one color, always structured, monochromic kind of look. For one person it could be bigger jewelry and accessories and they somehow make it work for them. For another person it could be when they put that they look weird. It doesn't sit well with them. It kind of messes with their energy and their preferences towards the smaller, softer, more elegant jewelry. Not that the big jewelry cannot be elegant, but there are other people that have different preference. So it really depends what works for you. And it is true about clothing, it is true about accessories, and it is also true about your personality. What you need to do, and I can tell you as an expert in that, as an expert in public relations, I could create people's images and encourage them to present themselves in the best possible way. What you need to do, what can be the most powerful for you, is to find out what is this one authentic thing about you. What is your essence? What is going to actually work for you? What is this thing that when you implement it within your character, it actually works? It actually works. Because I have been told, let's say I've been in sales for a while, okay? I've been told, okay, you need to be persistent, you need to be like a go-getter, go approach people and push a little in order to sell, and you need to overcome objections and you need to convince people. I can tell you that never actually worked for me. Never worked for me. I was even told by people that their personality is a little more probably extroverted and loud, and sometimes I can say yeah, that works for them, but for me the opposite thing works. The opposite thing, when I'm laid back, when I create that person's space, when I'm not actually chasing, when I'm not pushing for a sale, when I'm not even trying to sell anything, I'm just communicating with them. This is when usually and it could not be a sale like in a real sense, like a sale that's like there's a product, you sell it for exchange for money and you do that for one company. It could be something else. It could be another situation that is similar to selling something, What actually works is exactly when I'm a little more subtle, a little more laid back, and this is my actual personality. And I'm not sure if that's going to work the exact same way for everybody. I think that people are different, and I think that sometimes when you see somebody that is different than you, and you're like, oh wow, that works for them, but instead of trying to copy it and try to implement it yourself, get curious. Try to learn who they are as a person. Maybe start exchanging this energy, maybe start communicating. Maybe you're going to have that kind of a relationship or partnership that you complete each other when your thing is working, you're going to be on. When their thing is working, they're going to be on, So learn what is this thing for you and create your whole life and your whole career path around that, because that's going to make you happier. You're going to be in your authentic self. It is going to be easier to maintain when it is natural for you. That's your actual nature. So this is really the best way to go. And one more thing, when I say authentic, that doesn't mean that you should not put effort and that you should not work on yourself. Work is always required. Discipline is always necessary. A lot of people mistake authenticity for laziness. Like I'm going to just be myself and I'm not going to work at all on myself. I'm just gonna be there, sit down on my couch or lie in my bed, and I'm just myself. I'm authentic. That's not actual authenticity. Being authentic is really a hard thing to do because it actually requires self-awareness. It requires work. You have to actually look into yourself. You have to find out what is this authenticity. How does authenticity look like for you? All of those things are about self-discovery. So you can't really have authenticity without work, without hard work that is on yourself. Not on other people, not on the environment, not external work, inner work on yourself. Because without that, you can't truly be authentic. You can say, I live my life easily, I have an easy life without many challenges, but I can tell you that's gonna tell me already you're not authentic. You're avoiding the hard moments rather than sticking to your authenticity through them. Okay? So authentic and laziness are two different things. Please make that difference. So this is for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I will remind one more time, you can like, share and subscribe for the channel. That's going to really help me. It's going to be really supportive of me if you like my content. I'm really trying to grow this channel and reach more people, so I will highly appreciate any support in this. Also, I'm going to leave a link below to my website and to my Facebook page. You can follow me on Facebook as well if you like my content. Thank you very much and have a great day.